Well, hello, Sonder family. It is great to see you. Welcome to the Coloring Social. You found us. You are here for your mindfulness moments tonight. Thank you. I'm glad you carved out time. I see we do have a couple of first time people visiting for a coloring social. So feel free to drop your favorite tools into the chat so that we can share that information. I tend to stick with a lot of colored pencils and then maybe pop back in with some glitter pens or something later, but everybody has their thing, right? So I am Jennifer Ogilvy, and I am joining you from the Dallas, Texas area. And we saw the century mark with our temperatures today. And I was telling Maya I was just about to pack up all my equipment and head to my son's house because we lost power. And I was like, no, not today. So I don't know if I was part of a rolling blackout or something. But anyway, we've got the air rolling. We're all cooling off. Oh, yes, Stephanie, 102. Man, it is. I think we are all in for a hot summer. But we are going to stay cool with our coloring today. So on our chat is Maya. You know her from if you've been to any other events. Maya's one of our other another wonderful facilitator on our team, and she will be monitoring the chat tonight. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and she will do her best to answer them or point you in the right direction. As you know, when you attend a social, you are entered in the self care raffle. So good luck with that. And I'm just, again, very glad to be welcoming you to your practice tonight. I love coloring. It has become one of my go-tos when I'm feeling stressed because when you're coloring, you trick your brain into thinking that you are in a state of meditation, and that helps all the things, all the cortisol settle down in your system and helps you to find time and space to breathe and relax. So be sure while you are participating tonight that you're being mindful of taking deep breaths and just really leaning into your practice. So let's go ahead and get going. So, you know that this month's theme is spontaneity, and we are all doing a lot of digging in through this theme because I know it's not the first go-to for folks who like to plan and write everything down and have everything just so. I know I saw it, I was like, oh, this one's one that I really need to dig into. The reason we have a theme every month is it helps us get to know ourselves better. So I'm real excited about some of the work I've been doing through spontaneity, and I hope you are too. So our evening will be, the traditional agenda for the night is we'll do a spontaneity activity, color, and then we'll have a little time to share. But I have to tell you, I decided to go in a little bit different direction with this one tonight because I think that creativity, that like what we're doing in our coloring page, fits so nicely with the theme of spontaneity. So I am going to go in a little bit different direction, and I'm going to call our whole coloring time together a time of spontaneity if you choose. I've got some fun ideas and I'll be sharing those in just a second. So I like the idea of creativity and spontaneity. And so I found this great little article, and Maya's going to drop it in the chat if you'd like to check it out later. And it is written by Dr. K.H. Kim, who is a professor of creativity and innovation at the College of William and Mary. And here is what she says: people think too much to be spontaneous. Isn't that the truth? And then that leads to paralysis by analysis. But innovators think spontaneously and even impulsively. And this article will go on. She gives you some tools to take a look at maybe um, what you need to put into your life to open it up for more spontaneous activities. And one of the things she says is that innovators, people who are the creative type, have 27 characteristics, and one of the predominant ones is the ability to be spontaneous. It involves flexibility and acting on new ideas or opportunities. Sometimes we can think our ideas into the ground and extinguish them instead of leaning in and going for it because we overthink. We have that paralysis by analysis. So I encourage you to take a look at that article. It's She wants us to start by evaluating our own predictable behavior, and then she gives a ton of ideas for breaking out of the predictability that we have built into our day to day. So framing that spontaneity and creativity, here's what we're going to do. I've come up with some ideas to make your coloring page a little different tonight. And you don't have to do this, but these are some ideas that you may want to give a try just to change things up a little bit and be spontaneous. You could go ahead and just choose a certain number of colors and put the rest away and just use those colors for this. You might want to change your coloring tool every time the song changes tonight. Maybe you'll hide your tools and just kind of randomly draw whatever you're going to use and not make any decisions. Just you use what you get. You could actually make a copy of the coloring page and tape it to the underside of your table and tap into your Michelangelo and kind of get that Sistine Chapel going. I promise you, it is a different feel to do that. I used to do that when I worked with kiddos. You might just flip your journal completely upside down and color that way, or try to color with your non-dominant hand, or maybe sort of split your page and do the left side with your left hand and the right side with your right hand. Maybe you can get mobile and go to a different location in your home, or maybe just get down on the floor and sit on the floor or lay on your tummy and color. Um, Color without using any of the lines. Just kind of do your own thing. And if you're able, you could go get some coins and leaves or sandpaper or other flat things to put underneath and kind of do rubbings. So I'm going to show you this slide again when we get going, but I wanted to share some inspiration from our Sonder fam. So there's our wonderful horse. And this is the first thing that popped in my mind. Oh, the carousel and those bright colors. So I pulled those together. But the Sonder fam, oh my goodness, you guys, look at these. They're just amazing. I love how these kind of have the same colors, but look how different they look. Those two on the left. This one is done for Pride Month. And then this one, don't forget that negative space there. I love to share these. And then there's some of our carousel horses. You can see that. The one on that bottom right, doesn't it look like a ginger jar? I think it's gorgeous. And because we have a lot of negative space this month, you could use that space as a place to journal. And someone got kind of deep with that and said, I'm in control and I take control of the reins. Oh, thank you for sharing yours. Thank you for posting in Sonder Club. I'm glad that I could pull that. Yay! It's so much fun to see what everybody's doing. This one, look at that. Doesn't it look like stained glass? And I saw this one today and I thought it was so sweet. Someone had a help from their grandchild. And so maybe you'll go grab a partner and do a dual coloring session. It's very, very low stakes to practice a little spontaneity with our coloring. So the zebra is one that I did, and you if you color in half of the zebra with black, you're halfway done, and it's really easy. And then I love the unicorn on the right. So you could, yes, thank you, Beth. I'm glad. I always love to draw inspiration from our fellow Sonder fam. So I hope I got you going. There are those sparks of spontaneity that I shared with you earlier. I'm going to give you a good chunk of time to start your coloring practice. Take those deep breaths, and I'll check back in with you in a few minutes. Let us know in the chat if you have any questions, but we really want you to focus on your practice. So you guys enjoy. Okay, I want you guys to take just a moment and notice maybe how you're feeling. Think about h- how spontaneity might be playing into your practice this evening if you chose to do something a little bit different than you've done before. I wanted to share something that Stephanie dropped in the chat, and I think maybe this is so true for many of us as we are digging into this month. She said, I think we are all possibly more spontaneous than we realize. I literally had the misperception that spontaneity was the same as impulsivity, which is kind of where my brain was with that. No thought, no planning, no nothing, just doing something on a whim, which can also be spontaneous. But she said, until I learned that's not what it is at all. It's wanting to do something and then allowing yourself the opportunity to say yes with thought. And for those of us who are big planners, I'm reminded of being in the classroom, and I've shared this before. If I was a very well planned teacher, then I had lots of room for those learning moments, those moments of discovery where maybe a child walked in with a treasure they found, a rock or a bird's nest, and we could stop what we were doing and really cherish just those moments because I was well planned and could do that. So I'm beginning to be able to wrap my head around that. I think I am a little bit more spontaneous than I thought. So, just a reminder that this practice is your practice. There's no right or wrong way to color. It's about more about what you're doing than where your mindset is, than more about what you're actually doing. The process is more important than the product. So you guys just dig in. Feel free to share in the chat what you are noticing. And we do have some brand new socialers with us tonight, so I'm so glad that you guys are here. And this is one of the things I love about our live events is the community that is formed via the chat. So just carry on. If you haven't quite picked it up, all of our songs tonight are about merry-go-rounds or carousels or horses. And that last one was Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. So some of you parents may have watched that. Jennifer does love a theme. You're right, Maya. But for those of you who watched Spirit over and over and over again when your kids were younger, I may have triggered something. Anyway, you guys continue to enjoy your practice. right, friends, if you'd like to come on camera and show your work, now is the time you can do that. But no pressure. Ooh, I see some beautiful purples, Anne Marie. Oh, and we've got some mandalas going. Yay! You finished your, oh, yep, the annual. I love it. Oh, you guys are looking fabulous. I've got to move my little chat more so I can see everybody. But no pressure. Camera is completely optional. So I see lots of different colors. Hey, everybody. I hope that you're finding yourself feeling nice and relaxed. Yes. You guys, man, they're gorgeous. You want to work? Mary says she's working on hers a little bit more before. She says, we do have one more coloring social this month. If you want to finish up with me, it'll be mostly the same content, but would love to color with you. Thank you for hopping on, for those of you guys who were comfortable doing so. And just brings our social to kind of wrapping up time. I'm so glad you were here with us tonight. There is the QR code. If you're not already, especially our new people who joined us tonight, if you're not part of Sonder Club, please scan in that QR code so that you can join us there. And then I'll do this here. Sonder Club is right down here at the bottom left. And then the survey is at the top middle. And you guys will also get an email. And I know that many of you attend many of these socials. So we still like to get that feedback. We want to know if you have any ideas to make these experiences more meaningful, or if you just have some other ideas you'd like to pop up into the headquarters for some decision making on other ways to use your journal. Please feel free to share those. And then that all important QR code for the social recordings on the YouTube link, that's there on the bottom right. And just remember, there's no chat available for those. You won't be able to see the chat in the recordings, and that's kind of one of the things that I think makes social so special. I prefer to go to them live when I can. So I wish you guys a great evening. I hope that you have been able to reset, unwind, just kind of have that time to finish a hump day strong and finish out that week while you're looking for some spontaneity. Enjoyed spending time with you. Y'all have a good one.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. happy trails to you till we meet again. Goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.